Hey, how's it going guys? Blue Tempest here and welcome back to another video. So for today we have my manga haul for May 2022. Man, it's hard to believe that we are almost halfway through this year. But with that, I have a smaller manga haul for you guys this month. Now, just because the haul is a little bit smaller than usual doesn't mean it's not a fantastic haul, because it definitely is. But before we get into my pickups, if you do enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe to my channel for more manga content, as well as follow me on social media. The links to those platforms are going to be down in the description. All right, so now that we have that out of the way, let's get into the actual haul and all of my pickups for this past month, starting with the ongoing series that I do pick up when they come out, and the first of which is going to be Frieren Beyond Journey's End. Now, this is the fourth volume of this fantasy series released by Viz Media under the Shonen Sunday line. I did really enjoy the first two volumes. I still have yet to read volume 3, but now that I have these two volumes, I can kind of, read them back to back, which is going to be great because I know I'm just going to really enjoy this read. And then next is another series that I am behind on reading, but it is one that I really do enjoy, and that is Mashle. This is volume 6 of this comedy action series. If you guys haven't watched my 3-volume rule video on Mashle, where I go over, my thoughts on the first 3 volumes of this series, I'm also joined by my friend Garo in that video, and we have a pretty nice discussion about our thoughts and feelings on Mashle. Definitely check out that video if you haven't. Another series that I really do enjoy is going to be My Dress Up Darling. Now, this is volume 5, and I am just really glad to have this, as this volume was a long time coming. I think it was like almost a year, if not a year, since volume 4 came out. So yeah, this is a very slow release. Hopefully we get more of the volumes sooner, especially now that the anime is out and the popularity of this series has completely exploded. But yes, this is one of my favorite rom-com and just romance series that I have read so far. So the hype is definitely real with My Dress Up Darling, and honestly, just such a wholesome read. There is some ecchi in it, but that's not really the main focus. I just love the character dynamic between our main characters of Gojo and Marin. And yeah, just a really nice romance series. And then next up, we do have volume 17 of the Full Metal Alchemist Full Metal Editions. Now, this is one of the most beautiful editions of manga that I do have in my collection. We are only one volume away from this series being completed in this format. Now, Full Metal Alchemist is a series that I personally really enjoyed the anime for, and that was years ago, so I honestly don't really remember much of what happens in this story. So I'm really excited to jump back into it and to just binge the entire series all the way through once that final volume of the Full Metal Editions comes out. So moving on, we have a newer release, and that is going to be Devil Ecstasy. This is by Shuzo Oshimi, my favorite mangaka. So yeah, just really glad to be picking up a new series from Oshimi in English. This isn't really a new series. This actually was one of the first series that he ever wrote. Like, this was written before The Flowers of Evil, so if that gives you an idea of, the time frame of the series actually coming out. And Kodansha is releasing this in these 2-in-1 omnibuses. There's only going to be one more omnibus to come out, and that'll be the entire completed series. And yeah, this is one that I cannot recommend to everybody, as it is a very sexual and very just mature series, very weird as well. So honestly, I would really recommend checking out some of Oshimi's other works before getting into this one. But if you enjoy Shuzo Oshimi works and you know what you're getting into, I can definitely recommend this. I did read it, I enjoyed it. I'll talk about it more in either a review or reading log or something like that in the future. Aside from that, I do want to mention that I am not a huge fan of this release, mainly because of the price of it. Now, the manga itself, like I said, I enjoy, but I feel like Kodansha is really charging a lot for this volume. Now, this is like $24.95, which, you know, this is 2 volumes of material. Kodansha themselves releases like the Attack on Titan Omnibus, which is 3 volumes. It costs less than this, and it has an embossed cover as well. There's really not much going on here. There's no colored pages at all, and it just feels like not quite worth the money in comparison to something like this Full Metal Alchemist edition, which retails for $19.99. So this is $19.99. Granted, it is a volume and a half of content. This is 2 volumes of content, and it's $24.95. But here you have a hardcover with colored pages and some of the highest paper quality that I've seen, whereas this is just a very standard omnibus with nothing special going for it. That's just something to think about. I don't know why I went on that whole ramble about that, but I just wish Kodansha would do better on these releases, because $24.95 is a lot for what we get with this. But either way, still enjoyed this series and can't wait to pick up the next volume of it. So that does it for all of the like newer releases. Now we're gonna get into some other manga pickups that I just had this month. So continuing the trend of the Osamu Tezuka series that I've been picking up. If you guys did watch my last manga haul, I got a ton of series by him, but I also added Dororo to the collection. Now this is a series that is one of his more popular series. I haven't heard too much about it. I believe this is like a samurai story, but I just know that they release these in a big like all-in-one omnibus edition, which I personally do not like the look of, and it just looks really uncomfortable to read. So I went for the singles, which are out of print, but I got for an amazing deal on Amazon. These were from a third-party seller. I'll put something up so you can see, you know, exactly how much I paid for these. I don't remember how much they were, but I believe it was under retail, because these retailed in the past for $13.95. So yeah, I just got these. They came in good condition. Very, you know, glad to have found this amazing deal on this series, because yeah, I did not want to go for that huge brick of an omnibus. So yeah, really glad to add Dororo into the list of Tezuka series in my collection. Another series that I honestly was not expecting. Now this is a whole situation that happened, but basically I made an order through Right Stuff months and months ago, and it included the rest of the volumes of Vagabond that I needed to complete my set. And unfortunately, most of the volumes in that package were lost in transit. So I had to file a dispute, and all this stuff happened, and basically I eventually was able to, you know, order replacement copies, but unfortunately not all of the volumes were in stock anymore, so I had to wait. So yeah, I was kind of waiting for these, and they just randomly showed up at my house. I honestly didn't even know, didn't get any sort of, you know, confirmation or tracking number or anything. This kind of just showed up, but I'm glad I got them. Now, I am still missing one of the volumes to complete my Vagabond set, but I will take these for the time being. I am pretty sure that Right Stuff will just send me the last volume I need whenever that one comes back in stock, and that volume is volume 10. So right here we do have, as you see, volume 11, and then I did show off volume 6 and 7 of Vagabond in the VizBigs. These have some of the just nicest spines in my entire collection. These are very heavy volumes, and they have some really nice page quality and colored pages. So yeah, just very excited to get into Vagabond. I'm sure you guys have heard of the series. It is a very highly praised series in the community. So yes, very glad to have added this to the collection, and hopefully volume 10 comes back in stock very soon. All right, so moving on, we have the first 2 omnibus volumes of Kaiji. Now this is a series that I've been meaning to check out for a while now. I am pretty sure that this was a direct inspiration for Squid Game and the creator of Squid Game. I'm pretty sure he has cited this manga as an inspiration, which I think is really cool. This is a, you know, death game type of series. I believe it's more so gambling focused, and the art style is very unique, very interesting. You know, not the most appealing, but I heard that, you know, once you get into this, the art style really makes sense for this story, and a lot of people, you know, really do love this series, especially, you know, my boy Weeabra. He always talks about this series and how much he loves it, so I definitely wanted to give it a shot and, you know, just see what I thought about it. So glad to have picked this up. I got this secondhand for like really cheap, a very great price. So, you know, I had to snag it up so I could try this series out. All right, so the next volumes of manga that I picked up were volumes 2 and 3 of Emma in these beautiful hardcovers. Now, Emma is a series that was very hard to find, very out of print from what it seemed like, but Yen Press has started restocking these volumes again, which I am very glad about. So now I have the entire series of Emma minus volume 4, which that is the most rare volume out of all of them, but apparently they are gonna restock it this fall, and I am a-okay with waiting until then to pick that volume up, because I'm not gonna spend over $100 to complete this series. But yeah, just really glad to add some more volumes of Emma into the collection. And moving on, we have the last series I want to show you guys that I did pick up this past month, and that is gonna be Aria in the Masterpiece Editions. This is just such a beautiful edition of manga, and this was a series that was very out of print from Tokyo Pop, and Right Stuff last year announced a campaign to actually crowdfund one last printing of this series. Now, I have heard that this is a very wholesome slice of life sci-fi series, and it just seemed like something completely up my alley and something that I would really enjoy. So I backed this series whenever they announced, you know, that final printing of it, and now I believe that these are out. You know, a bunch of manga tubers have been picking it up, and a lot of manga collectors in general have been picking it up. But if you want to get on this series, definitely check out Right Stuff. I believe some volumes have already gone out of print for good, so I wish you the best if you do want to collect this in its entirety. But yeah, Aria is a series that I definitely wanted to check out, and these volumes are just so nice. I mean, you got some really beautiful colored pages in here, and just a really nice quality with the gold detailing on the spine and the cover. So let me show you guys the 7 volumes. As you guys can see here, I have volume 1, and then we have volume 2, volume 3, volume 4, volume 5, volume 6, and volume 7. And with that, guys, that does it for my manga haul for May 2022. I hope you guys did enjoy it. It was a smaller haul, but I expect to actually have a pretty big haul next month, as I do have some packages in the mail, so you guys will definitely get to see those pickups in the coming weeks. But with that, guys, that does it for this haul video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.